thank y'all for coming out. Hope y'all will take something home. It'll save you some energy. We've got close to 20 slides that I think will be helpful saving energy. Like I said, they're low cost ideas. So let's go. The first one for tonight is thermostat settings. Thermostat settings, to me, is probably one of the easiest things that you can do to save money, quick and easy. This room right now is 74 degrees, okay? So if we're in the cooling mode, if we just bump that 1 degree to 75, that's 6% savings. That works heating and cooling. So naturally, if it was heating, we would bump it down 73 or whatever, that's 6% savings. I don't generally go to people's houses and tell them how to live their lifestyle. I know y'all got your comfort zones, okay? We're saying that dress appropriately, but I can tell you for every degree up or down you go, heating or cooling, is 6% savings. That's substantial at the end of the month. It adds up every day. Every kilowatt adds up at the end of the month. So it's just a quick and easy way. That's pretty easy, hitting that button in 1 degree to save 6%. Either way, up or down, heating or cooling. And that goes for gas, utility, whatever, any utility you may have. Heating and cooling and water heating account for 75% of one's light bill. I mean, it's pretty, today's time, most everybody has LEDs. You know, you're not using as much light energy. Clothes washing has gotten more energy efficient, so 75% of your home's usage is going to come from heating source of some kind. Replace that filter, change that filter. I recommend these blue 1 to 4 MERV rating filters. The MERV rating can be found on the data tag right here. Here's why I recommend that. Airflow can go through this filter good, which is not a restriction to your unit. Your HVAC system needs to breathe. The better it breathes, the more air comes through it, the more supply air temperature you have, increasing your efficiency, okay? These are very inexpensive, and these will need to be changed more frequent than your other filters because some debris will get through them, but it'll catch the majority, but you'll be efficient, okay? Also, I want everybody to note that all your filters have an arrow on them. The arrow goes into the return, like so. I've been to many houses where they had them backwards and the material's starting to come off and getting in the unit. They're made to go one direction only.
Can I ask a question about those?
We're going to do questions at the end.
Oh, okay.
But I'll go back to it, okay? All right, no problem. All right, and this is a little bit higher MERV rating. So this is a 5 to 8 MERV rating filter. I recommend this one if more of a high traffic area, okay? High traffic areas, or if you have pets, a lot of pets in the home, this will capture more debris, okay? This one will stop more debris than this one. This one needs to be changed less, but I reckon this will catch pet dander, more of your allergy type dust-borne pathogens. And the last one is a higher MERV rating, it's a 12 MERV rating. This I do not recommend for a residential setting. This is commonly used hospitals, dentist office, waiting areas, things like that. Pay attention to your MERV rating. The lower the MERV rating, the more efficient it will be for your system. But there again, there might be some lifestyle change of pets, allergies, whatever, that you may need to increase. So just work with it. But there again, the lesser you have, the more efficient it'll make your unit, your heating HVAC system. But like I said, the MERV rating can be found on the data tags throughout the package. How many know what this illustration is? Do not block or restrict your HVAC system's return. That's your HVAC system with a chair up against it. It's similar to this one over here. Similar. But when you're in an open building like this, it's hard to put a return centrally located for just with this the nature of the building. That restriction right there is no different than that filter being stopped up. So any blockages, and some homes just aren't set up to have a return centrally located. The return needs to be centrally located in an area so it can pull your air back. But naturally, if it's blocked, it can't do it. That system right there will run 2 times longer to cut the thermostat, which the thermostat on this unit is just above it. So it's going to run 2 times longer to reach the temperature, desired temperature you want to get to. Get your HVAC system checked annually. How many do that? Show of hands. That's why I have a job. This is important to do. HVAC systems, they rely on a lot of things. A little bit of freon loss. First of all systems eventually are going to leak. I mean, any name brand, they're going to leak. Wear and tear, they're going to leak. They are very finicky on the freon charge. They need to be weighed in. So any little bit of freon loss makes the unit very inefficient. Heating and cooling. Heating more so than cooling, because what happens a lot in the heating, I've seen this a lot this winter, is your system will be running with a lack of freon and you're thinking you're staying warm in your house. But what is happening is you have lost 2 degrees on your thermostat. Well, actually, you're just blowing room temperature air, okay? You're blowing room temperature air, and then you actually lose 2 degrees in your home. Then your auxiliary strip heats will come on. You don't realize it's coming on. Most thermostats do not display this. I wish all of them did. That way when you saw that flame or orange light on, you say, well, why is my emergency strips on? You call your tech and they say, well, you're probably low in freon. What's happened? You've lost 2 degrees of your temperature inside and your system comes on. This don't happen in cooling because you don't have a supplement to cooling. The unit can't produce ice, you know what I mean? It's just, when the auxiliary circuit comes on, it's basically like plugging in 10 space heaters at one time that you can't see. And that's caused for, and you've basically paid to do that. You've paid to lower the temperature of your home for this to happen. So getting it annually checked is crucial. All right. Who's got the space heaters? The cost of a space heater. Who's got the space heaters in their home? Nobody else has space heaters. Space heaters. $5 a day to run that space heater per 24 hours. That is very factual. They keep me in a job. I can tell you, I'm not going to tell you not to run your space heater. Everybody has them. Everybody uses them. A space heater is designed to do just what it says, heat a space. If you put it in a room half this size, a quarter of this size, it's going to run all day. It's going to be $5. They do, some of the space heaters, well, first of all, the small one and the big one are all 1,500 watts. So I get the call, well, mine's just a little bitty one in the corner. Well, it's still 1,500 watts. It's still $5 a day. Some of the space heaters are more efficient than others. If you get the oil-filled radiator type, you see them stand up. Maybe if you've seen them, you heat them up and the oil heats on them, and then once the oil heats up, they will cut off more, okay? But the space heater per 24 hours is roughly $5 a day. I've seen them in all kind of settings too, outside, well pumps. But I saw one on a boat one time, the guy didn't want to winterize his boat. Work with the sun. In the summertime, you definitely want to keep the sun out of your home. Curtains like so, black oak curtains, work really good. You never want the sun to hit your thermostat. This thermostat here is located very, very good. Centrally located, no sun's going to hit it. When the sun hits that thermostat, the first thing the thermostat's going to do is say, well, it's hot in here. Then you're going to notice a cold temperature in your back rooms. Then you're going to notice an elevated usage. The usage is coming from that sun hitting that thermostat. The same thing goes for lamps. You don't want to put lamps or equipment. I've seen TVs put over a thermostat. The heat from your TV, light bill goes up. Keep it away from that thermostat. That thermostat needs to be in its own little environment. In the wintertime, let the sun shine in. Open up as many curtains as you can, blinds. Also, you don't want it to hit the thermostat in the wintertime either, because it's just going to give you it's going to think your thermostat's satisfied. It's not going to run, and you're going to have a colder temperature in the back room. So keep the thermostat shaded at all times and use the sun to help you, whether it be in the winter or the summer. Little illustration here of caulking. See that crack he's filling in? That is a rather large crack. A daylight afternoon like this afternoon will be a good day to check for cracks. Windy days. I bought this for $9 at Lowe's. It's a clear silicone. That clear, see that area he fixed? That clear silicone will stop a lot of wind or cold temperatures coming into your home. $10 will pay for itself in a month, especially if it's near a thermostat or a draft. The silicone, this particular one is a clear. You cannot paint over it, so pay attention what you buy. This is 30-year silicone. You can't paint over it. They make a paintable one that if you want to match to your house or paint over it, you can do so. For your larger cracks, foundation cracks, I recommend this spray foam. This spray foam is also very cheap. Just because the crack is in your foundation don't mean it's not entering your home. It is. It's getting in your home. It's probably going to under your house and getting in through your ductwork. It's coming in. So if you have foundation cracks, I recommend this type of spray foam right here. Very easy to install, quick, $6. Save you a whole lot. Another illustration. Check your door seals. So if you're sitting in the home and you notice you can see sunlight from inside, you got a leak. Most of the time it's coming from this gasket right here. This is a universal door gasket that fits into your door jamb. The old one will be removed just by grabbing the top and pulling it out. You can see how it fits in the little grooves it'll fit into a crease in your door. If your door is flimsy, it won't close, you hear it shattering, it's probably because this gasket has lost its spring to keep it sealed to your door. These are cut to fit, so you just cut it to fit your door. Most of the time, you see these door gaskets be eaten up or chewed up by dogs, cats, anything at the bottom about yay high. They want to come back in. That's a whole lot of airflow coming into a home. So just keep a check on it. If anywhere in your home you can see outside sunlight, then you need to fix that crack, because you can guarantee that there is some form of air filtration coming in. That goes for windows as well. The windows, this goes around the bottom of your window. Over years, these gaskets go bad. This is just a abrasive foam. You put it across the bottom of your window. When you close it, ensures it's sealed. You can double it up, put it on the bottom and on the bottom of the window and the bottom of the closure, and it will close to it. So just check it. I mean, when y'all are at home and you notice drafts, check around the windows. There you go. You see it. And all this will be up here at the end. It's not going anywhere. Insulated water pipes. How many people have their water pipes insulated? Good deal.
One of the best ways to protect the plumbing system of your home is to insulate your pipes. It helps keep your hot water pipes warm and prevents water from freezing in cold temperatures. Cold air could cause the water flowing through your pipes to freeze and expand. This can fracture and burst your pipes, leading to structural damages and a hefty repair bill. Pipes that are exposed in unheated areas, such as basements and exterior walls, are particularly vulnerable. Pipe insulation not only helps protect you against a catastrophe, but it also reduces plumbing noise, mold growth, and heat loss. And it allows you to save energy year-round.
$2 per 6 foot Lowe's. I can't tell you the phone calls I received the day before Christmas or around Christmas when we had that cold Arctic blast come through. People did not wrap their pipes. And most of the time it goes undetected for months. That is putting an extra strain on your well pump, pressure tank, bladder. You can do structural damage to your floors, walls, insulation, crawl space. And so this $6, this $2 goes a long ways. This goes for hot or cold pipes too. If you wrap the hot, it keeps the hot heat in it throughout the home. It'll help it travel through the home at a warmer temperature. Cold pipes, cold water lines, going to your hot water heater. The hot water heater does not have to work as much to heat that water. The temperature rise of the water is great. I mean, 2 or 3 degrees is about the same thing as the 2 to 3 degrees on this thermostat. It could be 6% of the runtime. Wrap your hot water heater. How many people have a hot water heater wrapped? Not many people do. I don't. Hot water heaters, if it is not in a controlled atmosphere, then it needs to be wrapped. I can tell you. Garages, crawl spaces, most of the time are not controlled atmospheres. It's no different in that case than setting the hot water heater out in the yard. It's going to run more on cold days. That wrap right there you probably can get for starting at $50. That depends on the size of the hot water heater. You probably can get it for around $50 and up. You have to get this particular wrap right here is one that's self-made. You can get that wrap at Lowe's. I would probably recommend maybe just checking on Amazon, weigh your options out to see what size your tank is. There are different sizes and shapes. But if it's not in a controlled atmosphere like inside of your home, even in your home you should wrap it because it's going to put off heat. And a lot of times your utility room is near the thermostat. You know, a whole lot of times your appliances, washer, dryer, and all around your thermostat, it can make that thermostat get a false reading. It's not really getting a false reading, but it's not an accurate reading for your climate of your home. But wrap that hot water heater, especially if it's not in a controlled atmosphere, like on the crawl spaces and garages. Low flow faucet, aerators, and shower heads. How many have low flow shower heads or faucets?
I think so.
You do? You have them?
I have a shower head.
All right.
Low-flow faucet aerators are a low-cost way to trim water use by 50% or more. Aerators screw in quickly to your existing faucet and cost just a few bucks to replace, depending on features. Look for aerators marked with 1.5 gallon per minute flow rate for bathrooms and 2.2 gallons for kitchen and laundry sinks. You'll save about 1,000 gallons of water a year per aerator and cut your energy cost of heating the water by half. That means aerators pay for themselves in just a few months.
So, speaking from experience, I have teenagers. I can tell you that these low flow shower heads work. I finally got to take my first hot shower once I installed them without having to wait on the hot water. So it helps. It really helps. It pays for itself. And I watch my usage daily. I promise you my usage went down. Washing and drying at the right time. Does anybody know the right time to wash and dry the clothes? After 5. I can simplify this. Whenever it's cooler, whenever it's the coolest. Whenever it's the coolest and it's convenient for you. So in other words, I'm not going to tell you to stay up at 9 o'clock at night to wash clothes. You know what I mean? Our peak times in the summertime are generally between 3 and 6. So stay away from those times in the summer. And it's between 6 and 9 in the winter, but there again, your equipment is putting off heat. Okay, in the summertime, that's not good. Especially like I just said, your hot water heater is generally, and your appliances are generally in a utility room near your thermostat or on an adjacent wall, close to it. So I'm gonna just say during the coldest time, convenient time for you, okay? Whenever it's cold, you get that extra heat from your machines or equipment, gas, LP, whatever you have. But just during the coldest time of the day, coolest time of the day, that's convenient to you. Use your oven sparingly. How many grill out in the summertime when it's hot at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? Not many. It's hot. But I can tell you, most of your ovens or stove tops are going to run at around 350 to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That is going to heat your home up 2 degrees very easy, very fast. There's not a HVAC system made that can keep up with that kind of demand. So it's going to take probably a good 2 hours for it to after you cut it off and lose the heat, it's going to take it a good 2 hours to catch up. And in a later slide, we'll show you some other ways that to save and cook inside. But hey, you grill outside if you can. It tastes much better anyway. Here's a slide here. So Instapots. Everybody have an Instapot now? Rice cooker, whatever. They are roughly 1,000 watts. So basically 1 kilowatt an hour. They don't run an hour. They run generally 20 minutes. So you're looking at maybe a cooking for 6 cents. Okay? But we based everything on an hour here. Your crock pot beside it, 250 watts. That's going to probably run 4 or 5 hours. So what's that, 25 cents? Probably. But look at the stovetop, 3,000 watts, 36 cents an hour. That's not counting the heat load it's putting on your HVAC system. So your HVAC system's got to catch up from that heat load. A whole lot more heat load in the stovetop or on the oven than it is either one of the Instapot crock pots. That's just as a tip for you. Does anybody crock pot a whole lot still? Good. Utilize SmartHub. SmartHub is an app we have, well, most utilities have, I should say, that you can access by your phone. SmartHub is your friend. SmartHub will relate the temperatures, the weather, your habits. You can learn your habits just by a touch of a button, watching your usage daily. If you notice your usage goes up, think about what you did yesterday. I use the term, be your own energy manager. This is a very easy way to become your own energy manager. This tool is free. It can be set up very easy. You just click, you enter some account information, email address, then you'll have access to your meter data. I think since that meter's been installed, I'm pretty sure since that meter's been installed, it'll go back and pull the history. You can learn your history, changes you've made, upgrades you've made, watch your usage. It relates times, dates, temperature, everything. It is a very, very helpful tool, and it's just a touch of a button. And also, you can pay your bill on this and other services. What's your next step? I think this is going to be published on the website. This is going to be on the website. Pay attention to your website. We keep it updated with the new things going on. Log in and use your SmartHub. Contact your local utility. I have cards over there. Call me with any questions. If you decide that you want to buy a new appliance, do an upgrade to your home, whatever, contact your local utility. We use the utility as a resource. We're there to help you. So use us as a resource. That's what we do.